Hello there, welcome to another installment of Look at this cool thing that I kind of like. I really need to think of a better name for this, where today we're gonna talk a little bit about the Supra Vandal. This is a fully automatic primary rifle that requires mastery rank 14, it does primarily puncture damage and it sports a 16% crit chance, 2 times crit multi, 30% status chance, and it fires up to 12.5 rounds per second with an absolutely massive 300 round magazine. It was originally rewarded from the Operation Ambulus Reborn event in which they reworked Ambulus on Pluto and is now occasionally sold by Barocketeer. It used to be pretty good back when it first released in 2017. I still remember making a quick look for it and I was over the moon with it. It was fabulous back then, but it slowly fell out of favor as the crit chance on it is not great and it does primarily puncture damage, so it doesn't quite slot into the slash based meta that we've been in for quite some time now. However, now that they've introduced the puncture and cold shenanigans with the latest update, I thought I would give it another shot, because the Supra Vandal is a very fun gun. So the new setup for Supra Vandal that I run has galvanized chamber for a bunch of multi-shot, galvanized scope and critical delay to double down on crit chance, because the weapon doesn't have that much to begin with and we really want to take advantage of it, so we need to invest into it a bunch, and we of course run Vital Sense for a buttload of critical damage as well. After that we slap in galvanized aptitude for the status chance and extra damage, though if you want to use this in a lower level content and you don't need the extra damage, you could actually run entropy burst instead. This is a Supra specific syndicate augment that you can run on the Vandal as well, and it gives you 20 base status chance as well as the entropy effect. Now this doesn't give you as much status as galvanized aptitude on this setup, and you also lose out on the scaling damage based on the number of status effects you have on the enemy, but it is going to save you some forma as it only drains 7 capacity as opposed to 12. Plus the entropy effect, on top of doing a buttload of magnetic damage to anything within 25 meters of you, will also recover a portion of your Warframe's energy and increase your base energy for a while as well. But again, if you want to do higher level stuff like Steel Path, galvanized aptitude is the way to go. Then we have primed crown rounds for a bunch of code, followed by Malignant Force and High Voltage for corrosive damage, and we top it off with the primary Merciless for stacking damage and reload speed. For our Simulacrum showcase, we have level 125 in Steel Path, and we have 10 Corrupted Butchers, mainly to build up Merciless, and then 5 Corrupted Heavy Gunners and 5 Corrupted Bombards to actually check out the damage. And the damage is actually quite good, especially if you can consistently headshot the enemies for the extra headshot multiplier, which isn't all that difficult with the Supra because the weapon doesn't kick all that much and the projectile spread isn't too bad either. It's actually easier to headshot than with most other setups thanks to all the cold procs, which will slow the enemies down to a crawl. So yeah, the Supra Vandal is yet another weapon that fits really well into the whole puncture, corrosive and cold stuff. Now is it gonna rival something like a Hunter Munitions Boltor or any of these other super powerful weapons that we have nowadays? No. No, it's not. But it can do a basic run-through of Steel Path, which means it can do 99% of the game. And honestly, for most people, including myself, that's more than enough. Also, while the disposition on the Vandal version of the Supra isn't tremendously high, it's not low either, so some of the events you can get for it are pretty spicy. I was actually quite surprised that the disposition on the Vandal wasn't higher, but I guess people just like the Supra. So yeah, if you have the Supra Vandal and you haven't tried it out for a while, give it another shot. Try out a corrosive and cold build because it actually performs pretty damn well. I think this might actually be a better example of utilizing the new status procs than the Boltor, because it shows you that hey, even a weapon with fairly low crit chance, 16% isn't all that much, can still be built for crit as long as you invest into it. And that's very cool, having more build options is always nice. And that is pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video and you will give the Supra another shot because it is a very fun gun indeed. Then I would like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support. And if you'd like to become a channel member as well, by the way, you can check out the memberships and stuff down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.